Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. It's more than just a cloud nation. It's an ideology. It is a way of expressing your love for all. And it is so important that you are able to do that, because without that, your life really doesn't have a meaning. But as a cloud nation, we are emerging. We've only been around a little bit over 5 years, and we are now putting in situations that will enable us to improve our treasury, as any nation needs to do. And that will benefit all our citizens because they all hold our currency. We give it to them free every month. Anybody can become a citizen. We welcome everybody with open arms. And there's no fee, there's no obligation, nothing to be afraid of. We are also a non-separatist community. And by that we mean that we don't put people into groups. We don't even think of them in groups based on their gender, color, class, creed, or anything else. We simply see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity. And that encompasses the whole world, not just our little community. All individually unique, all part of that one big family, all linked together, all having something unique to offer, all of equal value, all equally loved. We have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that. But before that, we'll have a little prayer. And the prayer is so important. It's very short, but it's there to help us find true happiness in life. And that'll help us through any situation that we find ourselves in. You know, so many people go through life and they experience things that depress them. And they get put into a little box where they're told, okay, you're depressed, have this antidepressant pill. And, you know, that's not the answer. The answer is, why are we depressed? And we are depressed because we don't have within us true happiness, true love, true appreciation of everything that God provides for us. And without that, we can go through life and we can be superficially successful. A lot of people that have made lots of money, but they're not happy. They're always searching for something more power, more of this, more of that, more of whatever it is. And yet they don't understand what really true happiness is. And when you've got it, you never want to let it go, because it's there with you always and it helps you through all situations. And that's what our little prayer's about. And it's not to be confused with pleasure. Pleasure is great. We'll get that anyway. You know, we get so much happiness when, or pleasure, if you like, when something good happens for us. We pay off our bills and we realize that we're debt free, or we buy that house we've always wanted in the country we've always wanted to live in. And we move in and, everything is bright and shiny and new and lovely, like a new car. But the newness wears off and eventually we want something more, something more. True happiness is underlying everything like that. It makes you wake up feeling great, happy to be alive, thankful to be alive, happy all through the day, and able to go to bed happy and contented, even if, like most of us, we've not done everything we know we should have done. We had our list and we went through it and we said, I should have done this and I should have done that. But when we have true happiness, we say, okay, it's okay to have missed those things. It's okay to not be perfect. But we're going to put those things at the top of tomorrow's list. And we're going to be happy and joyful and we're going to do them. And that's what true happiness is. And that's what our little prayer's about. And we're going to have that in a moment. And I'm speaking from the heart. I want to welcome you, whether you're watching the recording or whether you're watching with us live now, because you are really appreciated. And you are the substance, you are. We share abundance. And it doesn't matter whether you're here live or watching the recordings, you are part of this wonderful community and you empower us to move forward in a positive way. So I thank you for being here. So let's get started right now with that little affirmation. But before that, we'll have that little short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you. And we ask that you bless this community with unconditional love, that they may find within their hearts the joy of service. And through service, attract into their lives true happiness and everything they need. Amen. And our little affirmation. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Amen. Okay, we're going to get into the business of the day in a moment, but I want to tell you, this morning I was ready to quit. Not in my nature, but I was ready to say, okay, give it all up, because it's not unusual for me to get a few emails that don't appreciate me and call me names and things like that. And it's not unusual for me to get messages on social media telling me I'm a scammer and things. And I can deal with it all. But today, with everything else going on in my life, I thought, why the hell am I going through this? Why? And I just thought, okay, somebody can take over, anybody. They're welcome. They can have it scot-free. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, in all honesty. But I was going to say, okay, I'm out of it. I'm closing down. I'm giving it all up. And it took me a while to get through that. And I only got through it because literally within me is that joy that I talk about every day, that true happiness, that knowledge that I am always striving to do things and to help people. And I thought, I can't let people down. I can't quit. It's not in my nature to give up. We are in a wonderful position as it happens anyway. But I was just so, I don't know, somehow this morning it got to me. But I knew somehow that it was just a test of my resolution to go through and make sure that we were on the right track and we were doing the right things and we were going to do and be everything that we always set out to be, to build that community of people that really wanted to live life in the right way, and by helping other people to generate their own good life. It's only fair, isn't it, if you're helping other people improve their lives, that it will improve your life. And it is a natural law that will happen. And this community means so much to me. And I thank you all for being a part of it. And I want you to know that I will never quit. If somebody can come along that can do things better than me, I'm happy to hand over the reins, and I'll always be there in support. But until that time, or until the time that we can be truly self-funding and create our own government within our community, I'll be there with you, fighting for you, doing everything I can for you. Okay. And I'm through my little tiny bit of, I don't know, feeling sorry for myself, I suppose. I suppose it was all caused by losing Cody, but everything just seemed to pile up and I just thought, what am I all doing? I'm through it, okay, because I do have that peace. I do have that wonderful, beautiful, true happiness that underlines every day that I go through, no matter what happens in that day. And my greatest wish is for you all to find that same true happiness. Okay, with that said, let me welcome in everybody that we have. You can see we've got a few people in actually that are happy to show their faces, and that is so pleasing as well, that I can see people, and it's easier to relate to people, isn't it? Sometimes I've seen lots of things posted about, is AI going to take over? Is artificial intelligence the difference, the new world? And yeah, AI is going to help us do things, but AI is a tool. That's all it is. It's just a new tool. Yes, it can help us do things. It can help make things easier in some ways. But AI doesn't have a soul. You, me, everything that God created has a soul. God didn't create AI. We created AI. It has no soul. And no matter what it does, what it progresses, it can never replace that. It can never take over from that. And that is so important because that's how we connect with people. That's how we, sometimes you'll meet somebody and you think, boom, and there's an instant connection there. Somehow, something happens. And that is that soul connection. It's meant to be. And there's times as well that you meet people and you really don't want too much association with them. You can feel that sort of negative energy. But we have to overcome that. We have to understand that we are more powerful than that negative energy. And life is such a great gift that we can all live. And when I say live, I don't mean just exist. I mean, we can live it. We can go out. We can expand the joy within us because we all have it. Maybe hidden, sometimes maybe not found it so much, but it's always there. We can go out and we can share that with people. Once I read a thing a little bit about somebody that had been I think he was a psychologist that was attached to the San Francisco Police Department. And he was there and he was investigating suicides and seeing what happened to them. And he investigated one suicide and it changed his life. And that was the fact that he went and this guy jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and committed suicide that way. And he'd lived, I think it was about 1.5 miles from the Golden Gate Bridge. And he'd left a note and he was saying that, right, I'm on my way to end it all because of, and then he gave a lot of reasons and things, but he said, all I need is somebody on the way just to say hello to me. And I'll turn around and I'll change everything. And the sad thing is he walked this 1.5 miles to his death and nobody took the time to say hello to him. And since that day, I've made a point, since that day of me reading that, I made a point, everybody I meet, and people think I'm crazy, I say, I'm walking down the street and I'll just say, hello, hello, hello. And I think maybe, just maybe that little hello can change somebody's life. You never know how powerful those little things that you can do in life may be. Okay, enough of that. Let me welcome you in. Let me see who we've got in. We have, of course, a few people in here. We got Lewis, and I'm so happy and pleased and grateful that Lewis has his video on, and I really appreciate that. And it's wonderful to see you, Lewis. We've got Maya in from Hampshire. Lewis, of course, is from Lisbon in Portugal. We've got Peter, and I think that may be again Peter he was in yesterday from Sylvie in Portugal. We got Norman, who is always happy to share his love with people by putting his video on. And he's from Doncaster in England. And we got Maureen from London in England. And it's lovely to see Maureen. She used to always have a video on. And then for a short while, she wouldn't put it on. But now she's got it back again. And it's lovely and wonderful to see your smiling face, Maureen. And we got Richard from Devon in England. And I hope he's happy and well, because he always used to have his video on. But at the moment, he doesn't have it for whatever reason. And that is the people that are here in our link. Let's have a look at who else we've got. We have Ramachandra from Watford in England. We've got Radio Pirata from Puerto Rico. We've got Andrea from Washington State. She did tell me. I think from Vancouver in Washington State in the USA. We got Bazina from Edinburgh, up in Scotland. I say up in Scotland because I'm down in England and I'm down in the Southwest Peninsula. And, you know, I'm right down at the bottom. Probably the greatest distance you can travel in England is from where I am to where, well, not quite the greatest distance, but it's a long way in England to get from where I am to Edinburgh. We have Don in from Vancouver Island in Canada. I believe it's very beautiful, and I have friends in Vancouver, and maybe I need to visit. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm sorry. This is skipping about a bit. We had Ramachandra. I think we had Radio Pirata from Puerto Rico. Andrea from Washington. Yes, we did. We got Kim from Cork in Ireland. And we got Buzina from Edinburgh in Scotland. Okay. I think that's where we got to. We've got Don from Vancouver Island in Canada. I don't know. I'm going over things 2 times, maybe. I don't know. We got Nankiep in from Nigeria, and it's lovely to always see Nankiep. He's been really, really one of our best supporters in these lives. We've got Bozina from Slovenia, who was very gracious in her comments yesterday. I'm late, sorry, never be sorry for being late. We appreciate you being here whatever time, Darshi. Brazina. We got Werner in from South Africa. We got Ron in from Holland, from Amsterdam in Holland. Andrea from Seattle in Washington State. And we've got Kingsley in from Manchester in England. A lot of Manchesters are throughout the world. You know, I grew up in Manchester and I never knew. I thought Manchester was Manchester, just that was it, boom. But there are lots and lots of Manchesters throughout the world, and it must be that people in Manchester got so fed up with the weather that they went other places, and yet were still homesick and so called wherever they got to Manchester, even though they had better weather. Okay. So welcome to you all. I really appreciate you all, and I love you all, and you are my family, and I will do everything I can to help you have everything that you want in life. Okay, let me give you some numbers. First of all, we'll give you the numbers from today. And these are always a little bit skewed at the end of the month because we have the new month, we have people that have joined, and they don't understand that they need to log in to maintain their active status and things like that. So we have an increase of 3 in the 777 plan to 45,365. We have an increase of 18 in our registered members to 53,965. But as usual, on the first of the month, we dropped 551. Well, I say as usual, 551 is low. Usually it's into the thousands, but we dropped 551 in our active members to 3,319. And I'm sure most of those will come back in as they log in at least half the available days this month. We have an increase of 2 in the Share Hope Powerline Plan paid members to 769. There's no change in the Easy Team Builder, stays at 1131. We dropped 1 in the Success Blueprint to 33, but we're up 4 in the Best Plan Ever to 875. Okay, now with it being the end of the month, we also have, and I think I've got the figures here, I can find them, that's the main thing. Let me put these on again, let me see what I'm really looking for. Where have I put it? Okay, yeah, here we go. We have the numbers, the state of the nation for July 2025. And in July 2025, we had a gross national product of $602,640. I will post these figures into the Facebook group We Share Abundance publicly, so you'll be able to check them out in there. But I want to just give them to you. We have that 602,000 made up of $1,818 in Power of One bonuses. Congratulations to you all that enjoyed that. We paid out $418,009 simply in gifts and commissions and things to our members. And we put on one side for our charity pool, once we have the liquidity, $180,792 for charitable works and $2,021 to help with the administration costs. Of course, those numbers in the pools for the charity pool and the admin pool, they're not accessible until we can create that liquidity in our tokens where we are able to sell them at a realistic price and on the open market. And when we can, there'll be a lot of money that we have available to spread joy and share hope and abundance throughout the world. Our total active members count was at 2,782. Most of them are involved in pools, but not all of them. There's about 500 not involved in pools, 420 actually, because we have 2,202 in pool 1, 2,021 in pool 6, and we've got a little bit of a thing where people are working their way through there, through the other pools. We paid out in our free raffle this month $1,605.60 to pool 1 members, $2,296.80 to pool 2 members, $3,810 to pool 3 members, $7,484 to pool 4 members, $14,880 to pool 5 members, and $43,824 to pool 6 members. And I hope some of you here on the live, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, receive some of those benefits. It's about 20% of each pool, the members, about 20% of each pool member receive some sort of gift from that free raffle. The top prize winners in the pools were in pool 1, Caroline Otujo from Nigeria, who received $352.16. And then we had Supramedi Vijaya Lakshmi from India, who got $505.92 for pool 2 being the top winner. The top winner in pool 3 was Florin Iacob from Romania, $839.60. Pool 4 was Primrose S. Moyo from Zimbabwe, who got $1,652 from the free raffle. We have Elizabeth Bereje from Poland, who got $3,286.40 from pool 5. And the pool 6 winner, the top prize of $9,696, went again to Nigeria, Peter Chukwuma Oregauro. Okay, so those are your numbers. I will post them into the Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly, but you've got them there for today. Let's have a quick look here if we've got any more people in. We had Kingsley from Manchester. We've got Ali in from Pakistan. We got Andrea. Were we supposed to join the new link you sent to Thinking into Reality? You're not supposed to join anything, Andrea. We try and develop plans that will help you. If you don't think they will, then don't join them. If you think they will, then do join them. The Thinking into Reality program isn't yet launched. And I believe we're going to get a lot of people wanting to join us that have nothing to do with We Share Abundance. They just want to find something where they can generate some income without cost, without referring people, without selling anything. And this plan will do it for them. But it's based on a matrix. And the more people you have in the matrix, the longer it takes to help people out. So what we did is we said to We Share Abundance people, if you want to get in now, before we launch, before we open it to the public, you can do. It's an option. You're not supposed to do it. You can think about it and do it if you want to. I think it is a wonderful opportunity for you. You can get in and you will be in there. And I think there'll be a lot of people in underneath and you will be in a position to really benefit from it. But it's your choice. It's not something we say, you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing it. We say, it's there. Take a look at it. Think about it. If it's for you, fine. If it's not, that's also good. Okay. We've got Kingsley in. We've got something else there. Another question, I think. Okay, he's got winnings in pools 2 and 3. Well done, Kingsley. And we got Andrea. Andrea's joined the TIR and paid $20. Great. It'll put you in a good position in that matrix. I can't promise it's going to make you millions of dollars, but it will perhaps make you financially secure. Okay. Andrea Taylor says, okay. That pretty much covers it for today, folks. I've rambled on a little bit because I got into a few mood situations today, but I was controlled by that true happiness, that bliss we have that we only find in God, and we can only find it through loving service to others, because that's what life is about. Until you really, really understand that, you're never going to find that true, everlasting happiness that is always there with you. So, God bless you all. I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is what, Saturday? We're going to do another random withdrawal tomorrow. And so get ready for that. But I really do appreciate the people that are here, and especially those that are in our link, and especially those that have the ability to put their videos on, like Maureen, Norman, who's a real regular, and Lewis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. I love you all. And I will never, ever stop working to help you find true joy in life. God bless. I'll be here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. London time, in our link, streaming live into Facebook, We Share Abundance Publicly group, and YouTube. Until then, get out there, share your link, give people a reason to click on it. God bless.